Sandy, this one's for you. When you look at this game with the 44 points in the first quarter, setting that WNBA record, and just overall the 17 threes, what are you most proud of from this group in today's win?
Look, we've been talking about just getting more ball movement and not forcing the early one if it's not a great shot. And I think, this team is just buying into how we want to play, and we have success when you go out there and have success doing it the right way. I think that's nice. 44, I was just a spectator after a while. I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. But JJ got us off to a great start, and B in particular, but just sharing the ball and taking high percentage shots. And, we didn't maintain that, obviously. That's pretty hard to maintain that style, but I like that you stayed true to how we want to play.
I know the Fever did go on runs at points, but you did maintain the lead. What do you take from this game? That's going to be key that you've been talking about with this group that you did like.
Yeah, look, we've had some big leads and you get a little bit complacent. So initially my head was like, no, here we go again, No, but I wasn't going to let this happen today. These players are locked in. We have the experience of knowing that you can't relax against any team. This is a good offensive team. And I didn't think our defense was great in the first half, but we were scoring at a high level. I think the second half was more defensively, and offensively, obviously, it was a normal game, to be quite honest. But I like the resiliency to continue to fight, even when things aren't perfect, and our staying together through the process.
Hi, B. You shot 69% from the field today. Yeah, exactly. What about today, maybe before the game, or I don't know, was there something that made you feel like today was going to be a really good day?
Well, I did have a conversation, with one of my coaches and some of my teammates just about today. And then I had JJ sitting courtside, so that helped a lot.
That JJ, not me.
I appreciate that. Also, just about JJ,
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Oh, right.
That's baby JJ. I'm big JJ.
Oh, okay, so about baby JJ, I guess to be able to bring her up with you and then to do the yes interview, what does that mean to you?
It's special because, she sees somebody, in her life trying to be an example for her, as she comes up, as she continues to grow and learn, what's going on out there, and to have her a part of it.
Hi, Betnijah. Congrats on the W. Last game against Washington, virtually all your points came in the paint. Today, outside of the 3 threes, it came from the paint as well. Has attacking the paint been something that's been a focal point for you and Coach, or is this just one of those things where it's just reading the defense?
Yeah, I think just reading what the defense is giving, they're starting to close out more along the 3. So if they're going to do that, just making sure that I'm able to attack and just mix it up.
Thank you.
Hi, Betnijah. I'll ask you about the reserves today because they put up 29 points for you guys. And we've talked a lot in the last couple of weeks about different players struggling a little bit and dealing with some injuries. Just how much did they contribute to the win today? Yeah,
they contributed a lot. We have a deep bench. And so for them to come out and be able to do what they did, it means, it just shows how strong we are as a unit. And we don't lax when, somebody comes in. So it's really good to see because that's exactly what we're going to need as we continue to progress forward.
Thanks. And Jonquel, 11 offensive rebounds for the team turned into 20 second chance points today. This is your second straight double-double. What, as a team, have you been able to turn around these last couple of games since that disappointing effort against Dallas?
Yeah, I think it's just intentionality, purpose, like just going in and understanding that that's a way that we can be better as a team. And just focusing on that. I think that's the biggest difference between, the way we've been playing recently and then the game against Dallas. And so I think when we have that focus, we're a really tough team to play against. And when we don't allow other teams to be able to hit the glass and get O boards, we can really be a lethal team.
Hi, everybody. My question's for JJ. This is the second straight game. You started off really strongly, and you were able to really set that presence on the inside and not have to navigate foul trouble to begin the game. Just as you're sort of continuing to find your rhythm and continue building good days together, just how valuable is it to really start off strong each night so you can really set the tempo of the game?
Yeah, anytime you can see the ball go in the hoop, or get stops, just kind of help your momentum. It really does help a lot, just throughout the entirety of the game. So just coming in with that mindset and, having that confidence and falling back on the work that I've done. So I think it really does help a lot to start the game good.
All right, thanks. And for Sandy, in the pregame, you mentioned how the defense was sort of like battle with Boston. It really felt like she was a non-factor out there. What do you think you guys as a team did to sort of like slow her down and really sort of limit her impact?
Look, I think JJ did a wonderful job. And, it's the JJ that we know, and at both ends of the floor, just coming out and being assertive and really working hard to make it hard for Boston tonight. And then obviously we'll bring in some traps where we could. So overall, we executed the game plan.
Hi, Coach. What were you more impressed with? If you look at the stats, Aaliyah Boston didn't score until like the last 3 minutes of the first period. So the defense, on the defensive side, you guys, I don't want to say perfection, but you guys, there's nothing more else you could have done. Played the way you played. And then offensively, just shooting from downtown the way you did with Betnijah. What were you more impressed with? Was it the offense or the defense or both? If you could speak to it.
Look, I think offensively, both, but they still was scoring at a fairly high clip. We were just holding Boston pretty low, and but for the most part, we executed the defensive plan. But offensively, I just think we're very unselfish. We found great shots just by our movement. Instead of sometimes we come off the first action and we want to score. We had really good poise today.
Hello all, congrats on the win. Betnijah, my first question is for you. This was your first 20-point game since the 2021 playoffs, and you've been scoring at a high rate recently. You have double-figure games in 9 of the past 12. So from a shooter's perspective, what's been working for you, and what is added to this team when you're at the full strength of your shooting powers?
Just continue to stay aggressive, continue to stay confident, in what it is that I'm doing, and my teammates finding me. So I think, just moving forward, just me continuing to do that, it'll ultimately just help us get to our ultimate goal.
Appreciate that. And Jonquel, my second question is for you. A lot has been made about the way this team wants to kind of play with a lead a little bit. So obviously it wasn't a perfect effort after you guys took the big lead, but how did this team play differently with a lead this time, especially compared to the last time you faced the Fever?
Yeah, I think a lot of times when we get the lead, I think we sometimes slow down a little bit too much and try to play a little bit too methodical. And I think at our best and at our strength, we're a transition team that moves the ball quickly and makes teams kind of get back, whether they score or miss the shot. And so I think that's the biggest thing. And once we get the ball from side to side, like I said before, we're a really lethal team. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just playing the way that we played to get the lead and not just kind of slowing down or kind of taking our foot off the gas. And so tonight, like you said, it wasn't perfect. It's pretty hard to play a perfect game, but I think we handled it very well and definitely had the right type of mindset and poise to kind of keep the lead throughout the game. Thank you.
I wanted to build off that. You guys spoke about perfection on the defensive side of the ball. Today, you guys predominantly were playing a lot of man, causing several turnovers. Does that speak to the trust in your defense as a whole, or did you guys just like the matchups for today?
Look, I think we spoke about against Dallas. I felt we didn't play hard enough, and we didn't play together well enough. We didn't get any deflections. They turned the ball over twice, so that showed that there was no aggressiveness or disruptiveness, and that's what we focused on. Like, we could be a great defensive team, but we don't want to be good, and we were only been average lately, but we've got the potential to be great. So and it takes focus just every single possession. May not always be perfect, but having activity, not just on the ball, but off the ball, and using our hands and having a physical presence, I think that helped us. And we've got to keep building on it. We've had some lapses now and then, but for the most part, you could see the trust building out there, because you do something, there was someone behind the ball to have each other's back.
Hi, everybody. Congrats on the win. Question for Betnijah first. You shot 54% from the field and 50% from three. What do you think was the biggest reason for that consistency?
Just being confident in my shot, taking it when it's there.
All right, and then for JJ, you had 6 players in double figures today. Why do you think, talking about this team's versatility is so important?
Yeah, I think anytime we can, like I said, move the ball side to side, get everybody involved, it just causes teams to have to play us honestly and gives us more space to be able to just do what we all can do. I think that's the biggest thing, just using all of the versatility that we have on this team. Every player on our team is great for a reason, and being able to emphasize that and highlight that allows us to be amazing.
Cameron from On the Sports. I have a question for both Betnijah and Big JJ. I'm gonna call you. I was watching pregame, and you were both hitting a lot of shots. Is that something that you were kind of, looking forward to, helping you propel the game today? Is just making sure you see the ball go through the hoop and kind of making sure that you're, hitting your spots and that kind of thing. What was your key to the game?
Absolutely. Those are the shots that we take in warm up are usually the kind of shots that we're going to get in the game. So if we see it going, pregame, then hopefully we'll be making it in a game, and I think that's what we did today.
Sure.
Yeah, same thing. Definitely shooting with intentionality, purpose, and making sure that we hit our spots.
We'll take one more on Zoom from Fifi.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. A couple questions for you. First one is about Marine. Just how satisfying is it to see her play free out there? She has some really nice crossovers and really wasn't hesitant on taking any perimeter jump shots. So how satisfying was it for you to see her play out there tonight?
Very satisfying. I think Marine, we want her to be who Marine is. She has that creativity and to play free. And she hasn't necessarily done that a lot, but we believe in her. We have a lot of confidence. But tonight it's fun when she just goes out and does what she does. Whether the ball goes in the hole or not, we want her to be on the front foot always, because that's how she can help our team.
Thank you. And the second question, Brianna took quite a hard blow from Boston first half. Obviously, she stayed in the game, but did she receive any treatment at halftime or after the game for anything on her face?
I'm not sure, to be quite honest, but yeah, she's tough. She took a good hit, but she said she's okay, so that's what I'll go by until I know otherwise.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.